Hey gang, welcome to Harry's Hot Rod Garage. Just want to let you know we're going to have a good show today. But first, last week at our last episode, I mentioned that we were going to go to Ralph's and see his 67 Corvettes. No, he doesn't have 67 Corvettes. I wish he did. He has one 65 fuel injected Corvette and two 1967 Corvettes. But for those of you that don't know much about the Chevrolet Corvette, America's #1 sports car, there is an organization that deals specifically with Corvettes, the NCRS, the National Corvette Restorer Society. They deal in originality down to the factory original specifications. Just say, for instance, I have a 1963 Corvette and I want to have it judged to see if it's all original. My car won't be competing against other cars. It will be judged by what the trained judges know to be factual, original numbers matching parts that are on the car, from the chassis, the interior, the engine and drivetrain, the paint, and much more. I'm sure I missed something, even down to the numbers on the tires. But if you want to find out more about the NCRS, look up www.ncrs Delaware Valley Chapter. I have in the video a list of the officers and contact information if you would like. And also this summer, there's Corvettes at Carlisle, located at 1000 Bryn Mawr Road in Carlisle, PA, on August 24th to 26th. If you need to buy something Corvette related or to buy a Corvette, that's the place to go. There's everything there. And also the NCRS has a tent there with some really nice cars. So without further ado, let's go see Ralph. Hey guys, welcome to Harry's Hot Rod Garage. Today we're at Ralph's Garage. How you doing, Ralph?
Fine, good to see you. Welcome, Harry.
Good to see you, pal. Ralph was nice enough today to let us come see his 65 Corvette convertible Fuelie and his two big block 67 Corvettes. So we're going to go check these babies out right now. Okay, Ralph, tell us a little bit about your 65 Fuelie.
The 65 Fuelie I saw on eBay one night, and I really didn't think it was enough money they were asking for. So I called my wife in from the living room. She came in and looked at the computer, saw the car on there, and this is important, she did not say no. So I bought the car. And it's a 375 horse 327 with Rochester fuel injection, factory 4-speed. It was born with a 411 rear, it's got a 355 now. Very few options, the 4-speed is one, black leather is another option. It's got a teakwood wheel, a telescopic column that I believe were added, and the side exhaust and real Kelsey Hayes knockoff wheels.
Oh, those are real. They're no reproduction.
No, these are real Kelsey Hayes knockoff wheels.
They're the real deal, folks.
They are. It had bias ply tires with reproduction knockoffs, rode like the devil. So I bought a set of used Coker on repro wheels, Coker radials off a friend, put them on the car, rode just as bad. Then I went to, these are Diamondback radials. They're actually Michelin's with the gold vulcanized on there, mounted on original wheels.
Okay, let us look at the interior here.
One of the options was black leather seats, and I believe the teakwood wheel was added. It wasn't on any info.
Got the gauges.
I think our tag.
Nice interior. I really like your license plate. That's a really handsome.
Yeah, it is an interesting. That's a friend of mine on there.
Really handsome guy.
Yeah, really handsome, and you never know when he's going to pop out of your side window. Could be unexpected.
This color is beautiful, and this color is called
Milano Maroon.
Milano Maroon.
It was available in 65 and 66.
These Fuelies are really unique. Now, they stopped making them in 65 when the big block came out, right?
65 was the last year. In fact, in 65, they only made 771 fuel-injected cars.
Holy mackerel.
And this is one of them. This car was sold new in California. I got paperwork that shows that. And I don't know where it's been around. I'm certainly not the second owner, but it's a pretty nice car. I'm really surprised I like it as much as I do. I knew I'd like it. What's not to like?
Yeah, of course.
But it's got big ones. It runs almost as good as a big block.
Great. You know, these mid-year Corvettes, a lot of people call them the mid-years or C2. It's a second generation, and I noticed that this maroon color is one of your favorites, evidently,
Evidently,
because we're going to look at these other two, and we'll see the
was-
colors of them.
it was not planned that way, but it worked out. And if you look at my humble pickup truck, it's also maroon.
Yes, it is.
But I do like maroon. My first car was maroon. This is a 67 coupe. Was originally sold new, like this one, in California. I saw it in an NCRS publication, looked at it, and said, oh, I can't do that car. It was in Wyoming. Well, then my late friend Richard Dantman called me and said, did you see that coupe for sale with a tired small block? I said, yeah. He says, isn't that just what you're looking for? I said, yeah, Richard, but it's in Wyoming. He says, so they fly there every day. So my good buddy Larry Marini and I flew to Wyoming, saw the car, bought it, and actually bought an engine that the guy had done for it. I've never used the engine because I was getting this engine done at the time. This car was born with factory air conditioning, shoulder belts, and power steering, and the 4-speed. It was either a 390 or 400 horse. When the tank sticker's going, you can't tell which it was. But at any rate, it's now got an engine dressed up as an L89 aluminum head 435, and built by Speed Shop in Kennett Square, and it does work. It's really gets it. Very nice car, low mileage. It only had 56,000 on it when I bought it, and it's got maybe 70,000 on it now because I drive it every chance I get.
Well, that's good. That's what they're for. They're
That's
dry.
right. That's right.
Now, a lot of people don't know, but when you see this triangular air cleaner, that means what's underneath that bugger.
3 carburetors.
Okay, so this thing will pass everything but the gas station.
Well, that is very true. It's this is the thirstiest one I've had. I don't know why, but it is thirsty.
It's worth it.
This one is amazingly. I went up to Corvette Paramedics in this car one day and drove with my little toenail and got a little over 18 miles to a gallon. Now, that was driving it gently. You put your foot in it, it'll use gas pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
At any rate, now this one is, this system you actually only run on the center carburetor almost all the time. Then when you kick into it, vacuum opens up the end carburetors.
Let's check out this interior.
The seats are the original seats. They've never been recovered. I added the headrests. It didn't have headrests when I bought it. That was a relatively rare option. It's got a Hurst shifter, and it is the original transmission in rear, which is a 308, and it's a wide ratio transmission. So that rear works pretty good with the 435 horse engine.
Really nice, really nice.
Now this car is slightly custom because the fenders have been slightly flared and they're 7-inch Anson sprint wheels.
Oh, okay, yes.
And they make panels to repair that, but the only way you could do that is to paint the whole car, and I'm just not interested in it. I like it just the way it is.
This is one's for cruising.
That's right, and I do.
Like I said before, use it. It's fun.
I do. They are fun. I think the mid-years drive as well as anything I've ever driven, so.
Okay, here's the special one that I really like, and I'm sure you will too. Ralph, tell us about this 67 Corvette.
This is a 67 L71 435 horse 427 that I found in Barnegat, New Jersey, sitting sadly by the side of the road with a sign for sale for $1,200.
Oh my goodness.
I had to come home and talk my wife into it, and then talk my dad into loaning me the $1,200. But when we went to get it, that's another story. But at any rate, I drove it for years and it was quite a mess. But eventually I had it properly restored, and the engine is now the right 427, 435. That's fresh, has no miles on it. It's got a close ratio 4-speed and a 411 rear. So I've taken it out a few times out on a smooth road and just put my foot down in any gear at any speed, and it just leaves 2 black marks behind it.
It's beautiful. And this is a NCRS Top Flight car?
This car has done an NCRS Top Flight about 5 times.
Okay.
It's got headrest seats and shoulder belts,
Okay. Well,
F41 heavy-duty suspension, 411 posi, and off-road undercar exhaust. The undercar off-road uses 3 baffles instead of 5, and it is considerably louder. It does sound great.
Okay. And they're the 67 rally wheels, of
Yep.
course. Yes. Absolutely beautiful. Let me walk around this way. You could open the door and we'll check her out on the inside.
My good buddy Larry Marini recovered the seats. The door panels are original, not original to this car. The door panels were tired. I found these good used originals at Carlisle one time, and that's what's in the car.
Well, they are good because they look great.
They're really nice door panels, and they're a whole lot better than reproductions.
Very nice. Absolutely beautiful. Well, you should be very proud of your cars.
I am.
They're all absolutely beautiful.
I think they are too, and the best part is I have a wife that lets me get away with it.
And you have a good wife.
You got that right.
So she puts up with a lot. I know how
She
you
does.
are.
She does. And I can't deny that. She's a good girl.
Well, you're a good man. So it's absolutely beautiful, Ralph.
Thank you, Harry.
Well, gang, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, smash that like button. I want to reach out to Ralph to tell him thank you very much for sharing his cars. And next week, for you Blue Oval guys, we got some really neat Fords. I bet you thought I forgot about you guys. Well, I didn't. We have Marvin that has a 1967 Shelby, and he also has a 2014 Shelby. And then we have Dale with a 1960 Ford Falcon. 2-owner car. It was owned by his wife's grandmother, new, and now he turned it into a close to 600 horsepower beast. So we'll be checking out them 2 guys. And after that, we have a 1963 Cadillac owned by Fred and a 1969 Camaro owned by Steve. And the list goes on. So stay tuned for another episode of Harry's Hot Rod Garage. Remember, you saw it here. Take care and have a nice day.